Vive la France or core no more? The Eurozone's second largest economy is at something of a crossroads. I'm Jamie McGeever and this is today's Market Pulse. We start though with a tasty jump in Danone's shares this morning to their highest level since May last year. The French food group up over 5% after full year 2012 sales beat forecasts. 900 jobs set to go though at the world's biggest yoghurt maker as the slowdown in southern Europe hammers its core dairy business. But Natixis analysts noting that fresh dairy volume growth is now rebounding. Still, sales at the maker of Activia yogurt and Evian water are lagging rivals Nestle and Unilever, and is under pressure from US activist shareholder Nelson Peltz to set a sales growth goal of at least 5%. Things looking less rosy on the economic front in France. Earlier today, Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius saying the economy will barely grow at all this year. This follows President François Hollande's call last week, essentially for a lower euro. Well, here to discuss France's position from the FX and bond angles, I'm joined by two Reuters experts, Neil Kimberley on FX and Will James on bonds. Neil, let's start with you. Laurent Fabius said today GDP this year will grow 0.2, 0.3%, hardly anything. And Hollande calling for a lower euro. But exchange rate policy, whilst it would help France, it's not set in Paris, is it?
No, it's not made in France at all. It's made in Germany, and Germany is paying the bills, and Germany pays the piper. Angela Merkel has got an election to win later this year. She needs a strong euro. Germans like a strong euro. They certainly want a strong euro as they're booking their summer holidays when they're going to Croatia and Turkey. And there's no way Mr. Hollande is going to get his own way on this one.
But he's not a lone voice.
He's not a lone voice, but at the end of the day, as we saw from the ZEW this morning, Germany's looking quite good at the moment, and the market will take its lead from what the Germans say. Look at what Mr. Weidmann said. Everybody else, they pale into insignificance as long as Germany stands behind the euro.
On the fixed income side, well, if France is going to miss its growth and deficit targets, which seems inevitable now, when will we start to see that reflected in higher yields?
Well, based on the people in the market that we talk to, not anytime soon. If you look, yields have risen since the start of the year, but the spread over Germany has been pretty constant, which tells you everything you need to know. There's lots of demand out there for paper that's highly rated. France is a liquid market, it's a big market, and that makes it popular with big buyers like Asian central banks.
As you say though, I mean, yields have been rising, but I suppose we could say for good reasons.
Yes,
in the sense that money's coming out of core, not because they see France as a special case.
That's right, yeah. It's a shift into periphery that's been inspired by all of the new money coming in January, yeah.
But again, Will, staying with you, if growth is lower, tax revenues are lower, yields are rising, as we've just said, not only nominally, but as a percentage of revenues, France is going to have to pay more to service its debt. Yeah,
it's not a situation that people are ignoring. It's just something that's very difficult to trade on at the moment because there's such a weight of demand that's there from outside of the Eurozone. You need really deep pockets to bet against France at the moment. So.
I imagine a lot of that demand, Neil, is coming from Asian central banks, and of course, on the Euro side, Asian central banks, they're big buyers of euros.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gérard Depardieu may have legged it from France, but everybody else is still looking at it because money has to go somewhere and dollars are still coming in left, right and centre in the Far East. And France is an intrinsic part of this.
So even if you don't see France as core Europe or ultra safe, it's still seen by Asian central banks.
It's got the credit rating and your money's got to go somewhere. So the bids are on. I mean, yesterday was interesting. End of the Lunar New Year, all of a sudden come in on Monday, the euro starts to move up. People talking about Beijing names buying euros, possibly for the kind of thing that Will's been talking about, buying his paper. And on the day, even today, talk of Asian demand for euros at lower levels.
Well, France comes to the market on Thursday, up to around 10 billion euros on the block. How will that go?
Well, it's mostly short-dated paper, which means it's lower risk anyway. But we wouldn't expect to see hiccups at French auctions. They have a real tight relationship with their primary dealers, so we think that the auction will go okay, and there won't be a great concession ahead of it. So.
Neil, on the day today on the euro, we're looking at what, 133, 134 range.
Indeed, yes. I mean, the bids are coming in at around 133, 10.15, including some Asian investors. Part of this rehabilitation idea, if the Eurozone's coming back, it has to be strong, and it's reflected in the rate. Below that, Eurozone exporters looking to pick up euros on a high 132 handle, 132.8085. On the top side, offers coming in between the 100-hour, 200-hour moving averages. That's around 133.70 to 133.90. And above that, hedge fund said to be selling 134.1015.
OK, Neil and Will, thank you very much. I'll leave you today with this image. On this day in 1878, Thomas Edison was granted a patent for his tinfoil talking phonograph, the forerunner of the modern record player. Machinist John Creasy, who Edison asked to construct a machine, called his idea of recording and playing back speech absurd. Crazy days. That's it for today's Market Pulse. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.